Okay, let's start. So today I just keep on speaking English and you can translate simultaneously. Okay? Right. Now relax your body and be with yourself. Feel this body as it is. Now remember it is not you and nor belong to you. And let this body rest in the upright posture and breathe freely. And the uprightness of the body is important for our deep relaxation. If we are meditating for quite a long time, then the upright posture will be the best one to relax. So settle this body in the upright posture and then really relax. And just let this body sitting here and breathe itself. And remind yourself and don't interfere this body. Just let it breathe in whatever way it likes. Let this body adjust itself and to find out the most proper rhythm of breathing at this moment. This is the natural breathing. Things are natural only when we don't interfere. So in order to have the natural breathing, we must stay detached. Be friendly but detached. If the breathing is natural now, then just let it be the background of our meditation. And in this background, let its body relax itself. Let it maintain itself in the relaxation. Or another way of description to this is that the breathing is just like the walking stick inside your hand, and the relaxation is the road that you are walking. Hold your stick and walk your way. You don't need to pay too much attention to the stick because it's inside in your hand. It is with you. Just look at the way that we are walking. But you are aware of the stick all the time because it is with you. And be with the breathing and be aware of this relaxing body. This body is relaxing. It is in the process of relaxation. So this is what you need to be aware of. And be careful, don't interfere. Relaxation means the dismiss of effort. In the body, the effort means muscle tension. Just dismiss such a bodily effort and maintain in this state. And this is called relaxation. It is not a kind of effort, not just telling yourself, relax, relax, relax. It is just like doing the relaxation. But the right relaxation is to let go of effort, let go of any kinds of doing. And let this body remain in such relaxation. It's an effortless relaxation. While the breathing is rising and falling with you. Maintain, maintain the body relaxation for a period of time. Then the body will remember the relaxation. And we can continue such relaxation easier and easier. So at the beginning, we need to remind ourselves, don't interfere with the body, don't control the body to relax. And let this body remember the taste of relaxation. until we settle down this body, and we just leave it here. And now we pay attention to the brain. There is a more subtle vibrations in this area. Now relax the brain while you are staying with the breathing. Dismiss any kind of effort, tension in the brain. The activities of thinking is an effort of the brain. Just like the brain is using force to produce the thoughts. So every thought is the effort of the brain. And while you can observe this, then you know how to remain the brain in relaxation, in the effortless state. And just maintain it in this situation while the breathing is still going on. Don't disturb your brain. Don't activate with your wants. Remain the brain undisturbed when the breathing is going on in the background. Be friendly to your brain, but don't interfere with it. It doesn't matter when sometimes we are involved in the thoughts. So when you wake up, just come back to this effortless state. And try to continue such effortless state of the brain. And it is fruitful, even you just allow the brain to rest for 1 second, 1 breath. It is the loving kindness to the brain. Letting rest in the rhythm of breathing. We have no expectation to how the meditation should be. Just let the body and mind rest at this moment. Now we are meditating only for 6 moments. Relax your brain at this moment. And when the brain is relaxing, the noise in the brain reduces. And you find the brain becomes clearer and brighter, more silent. Just let it rest in this state. And when the relaxation of brain becomes more stable, then we can just leave it here and let it rest itself. Then now we can pay attention to the area of the center of the chest. Feel this area. Is it tense or repressed? Just allow it, accept it, and let it express itself in whatever way it should be. It is fine to have emotional tension because this is natural. This is true at this moment. Now we just allow it to relax, release all its stress or tension. And there's no one to be blamed. There's nothing about right or wrong. Just relax. Now be with your walking stick, the breathing. And remain in the in the effortless state of the heart chakra. Now you can observe that every emotional vibration is a kind of effort of the heart chakra. And let this heart chakra take rest. Let it stop doing. Now be friendly but detached of the feelings in the heart chakra. We accept it, but not attached, not involved. I just release it, relax it. And let it be natural. And there is no destiny to be achieved. And no expectation to the way it should be. Just let it be itself. And be friendly to it. And witness with your stick in your hand. That is the breathing. And let this heart chakra remain in the effortless state while the breathing is going on. And when you can observe the emotions are tiring in nature, and you are willing, or the heart chakra is willing to remain relaxed. And you can give a smile to this heart chakra. And may it be settled in the peacefulness. And just let it take rest in the peace. And express your love and gratitude to this heart chakra and to this body. be content to the present awareness. There's no goal to be achieved. Just be at this moment. Just allow this body to rest and recover in this intrinsic happiness. Such happiness is the original nature of our mind when it is not disturbed by wants. Such happiness can nourish this body, recharge this body. The nature is rebalancing the body. And we have nothing to do, and just surrender and be aware of it. Appreciate the present being. And let go of everything. And just surrender this body, including the brain and heart chakra, to the nature. Just leave it to the nature. And let go of everything. And ask yourself, who are you? Who is the one knowing? And you may have the answer from your mind, and it arises as an impression or feeling. This is the feeling of ego, feeling of self. And once such impression arises, and you must apply your wisdom. This is just a mental form, a mental impression. It is not me. everything that can be observed is not me. And this observer never has any form or shape or identity. Because any identity is perceived as being known. So we can completely let go everything that we can know, including the impression of so-called knower. And when you give up such self-identity, then the consciousness becomes boundless. It has no forms, no shape, no name, no identity. Consciousness is consciousness. But it is selfless. It's not belong to anyone. Things are still arising in the consciousness, including the breathing. These phenomena arise and cease with the consciousness at the same time. And this is the actual content of being, of life. In every moment, it is rising and falling. Everything becomes the past immediately once they happen. Including this consciousness. And the true nature of life is just such a stream of phenomena. Or a line of sparks. Continuity of sparks forms a seemingly continuing line in the space. And we call this the life or the ego. And try to perceive in this perspective. and we understand the phenomena of life. This is the nature of impermanence of five khandhas. And once we attach to it, it is burning. It is suffering. Remain friendly but detached. It is the safe position to be. And when we can stay detached from this stream of impermanence, we are not suffered, at least at this moment. Once we are involved in the self-identity, then we are suffered. And let everything be itself, but never be me. Now let us transfer merit. With this merit of meditation, the worship and glorify the Chico gem in our mind. May this mind be free from sufferings. And may you go in the Chico gem. The all sentient beings sharing our merits and understandings. And may they also go in the Chico gem. Slowly move your body and open your eyes. Samadhi is the cultivation of spiritual stillness. It's not just mental stillness, but one layer deeper than the mental. The spiritual stillness.
개발하는 것입니다.
Now, in the level of spirituality, we are dealing with our defilement. That means the greed, aversion, and delusion. And the growth of spirituality means the reduction of the defilement. And this defilement has the burning nature because it is always vibrating. It's unstable, unstill. And with meditation, we are cultivating or we are stilling our mind and spirituality. We relax our brain so as to still our thoughts. And we relax our heart chakra is to still our emotions. And then we relax our mind is to still the attachment to ego. the attachment to self-identity is actually an action. It is an effort. If we are still holding tight to the self-identity, then we are not still. And relaxing such attachment to self is in the level of spirituality. When we have the experience of a free mind, and when the mind is free from the attachment to ego, then the wisdom will grow. Wisdom means understanding to the truth. The truth of suffering. And the way to the ultimate stillness. So this is the path of stillness. The Nibbana is the highest stillness. It means free from the burning activities. All the burning fire comes from the greed, aversion, and delusion. And only when we understand these three evil heads are actually the cause of suffering, then we can let go. So in order to let go, we need to go deep into the suffering. Just like if we want to relax the brain, we need to go deep into the nature of thoughts. We should observe the thoughts as the efforts of the brain. It is tiring, exhausting. And when you can clearly feel this, then the brain is willing to relax. In order to relax our emotional center, we also need to observe, need to feel that all emotions are actually tiring. Either liking emotions or disliking emotions, they are exhausting. So if you can feel this, then your heart chakra, the emotional center, is willing to relax. And you'll be willing to stay with peacefulness rather than the excitement of having something you like. Because you can clearly feel the suffering nature of this excitement. So we need to practice and taste such exhausting nature of emotions. Then we will truly understand. Then our interest in sensual pleasures reduces. And this will make our samadhi much stronger. Because the mind is willing, is happy to be peaceful. Rather than chasing for sensual pleasures. But we are forgetting this experience so quickly. Because of delusion. So we need to remain ourselves awake and still. And then we can taste the suffering more and more. Our wisdom is born from the experience of suffering. if we want to have wisdom, we need to go deep into the suffering. To taste its nature and understand its cause and effect. Now, only when we taste the suffering, then the mind is willing to let go. And the interest for the sensual craving reduces. And this is called Viklaga in Bali, which means dispassion. Viklaga. Dispassion. Dispassion, which means the reduction of interest. Here the interest means the interest in the defilement.
번뇌에 대한 무관심을 의미합니다. 염오라고 번역을 해야 될 것 같아요. 되죠. 예. 염오? 예.
Defilement in Chinese, maybe you can recognize it. Okay, let it go. Maybe next time you can have a Chinese Korean dictionary.
번뇌라고 일반적으로 번뇌라고 번역하는데 번뇌.
네.
네.
And don't think that the reduction of interest in sensuality is a kind of reduction of happiness in our life. It is our imagination from a defiled mind.
번뇌에 가득 찬 마음.
Means polluted mind.
오염된 마음. 네.
Actually, defilement means pollution. Because a defiled mind can cannot imagine the happiness when the mind is free from defilement. Just like a blind man cannot imagine the light. Blind. The deaf can never imagine the sound. And so the defiled mind can never imagine the taste of Nibbana. And they will be fearful to the absence of cravings. Because in the past, all their happiness comes from cravings. That's why someone will be afraid of the Buddhist practice for Nibbana, because they just can't imagine. And through meditation, when we can gradually relax the defilement temporarily, then we can more or less understand how the Nibbana is. Nibbana means the absence of defilement. Our mind can be temporarily free from defilement in the meditation. And only then we can understand the meaning of Nibbana. And those who have tasted the absence of defilement, and they will understand the happiness of Nibbana. And all the sages, they agree that Nibbana is the highest happiness. And this is the path of liberation from the Buddha. So just try yourself and taste yourself. when you actually experience it, then you understand. It's not so far away as we thought. And the only thing is to follow the path from the Buddha. The cultivation of the Eightfold Path. Okay, any questions? I have an idea. Maybe you can use a Google Translate with your mobile phone while when I type the Chinese character, and you can use a Google Translate, and you know the Korean meaning. Google Translate can translate the words from the image. So you just use your camera of your mobile phone, and it can translate immediately. So any questions? Yes, Yifeng.
Ajahn, actually, I have no question, but I want to respond to what you said today. I'm so happy to be reminded that the knower is not yourself. Even like this week, I'm quite peaceful, but there's always awareness. So sometimes we'll take it as self, because yesterday when I discussed the relationship, sometimes you get well along with somebody and sometimes you don't get along well with somebody. I think because people will think I benefit from you, from this guy, or I don't benefit from that guy. But if we really understand there is no self, so you don't need to have to ask for something from other people. So I think the relationship will be much easier. So I just want to thank you to be reminded. Sometimes it's easier to forget this, like only 5 aggregates there. We always like deep underneath, we take something as yourself. So things getting worse. Thank you, Ajahn.
Yeah. And this is the function of delusion. It's just like a fog covering up our eyes, so we cannot see clearly, or we simply forget what we have understood.
But it's important, like, to be reminded from time to time.
Yeah. We are reminding each other simultaneously.
Thank you, Ajahn.
And the name for the 5 khandhas is also called the 5 khandhas of attachment. Wound.
on.
It is a polluted 5 khandhas because it has the element of attachment. The 5 khandhas of attachment, it means the suffering because it is defiled by our self-attachment. It is easy for us to detach from the body, the feelings, the contents of mind, but it is difficult to detach from the awareness itself. When our mind, when our consciousness is clear, which is called meditative consciousness, we clearly observe things, and there's a separation of the knower and the known. But even this consciousness, this knower itself, is possible to be deluded by the self-attachment. The deluded consciousness means the consciousness with self-identity. And the pure consciousness means the consciousness without self-identity. And same, the deluded physical body is a physical body with self-identity. And saying that the deluded feeling, the deluded mental formations, the deluded memory means all these things are combined with self-identity. And many meditators, when they are in such meditative consciousness, you see, they have such mental clarity to separate the knower and the known, but they attach to this knower, thinking that this knower is me, and this is the deluded consciousness. But if we can understand this, and let go the self-attachment, let go the identity in this consciousness, then everything is the Dhamma. Dhamma means the nature. Nature means everything without self. Okay, any more questions? Yes, I know it must be you, Sally.
Yes. Pandey Pandey has the psychic power. No, it's going to be me. So Pandey, is the intention also belongs to the nature?
Yeah, intention means that the mental formation is belong to the mental formation, part of the 5 khandhas. They are just the activity of the nature. Right? The activities in our brain is also part of the nature. Don't think that it belongs to you.
Is it part of nature? Should I understand it as, for example, this morning when Pandey mentioned, oh, give it all back to the nature. Oh, then at that moment, I did feel like, oh, this is just the working of the nature, give it back. But then when it arises, oh, I want this, I want that. I mean, I want to reach certain goal. Then I feel like this is not nature. This my intention. The I intention arise, and then I come back to, oh, give this back to the nature. This is also nature too. Then I feel like maybe because I want this also due to the past habitual tendency and a lot of causes and conditions to make me have this intention right now. So this is the working of the nature. It's not that right now I arise this intention. Is this understand right?
Because what we can know are only the intention itself. There's no I behind. But we imagine it is from something that we call I. Do you understand? There is the intention, but there's no owner of this intention. Just like the weather, we can see the weather changes, but there's no owner or no master of these weathers. So the same in the thought, there are thoughts, but there's no owner of the thoughts. There are intentions, but no owner of the intentions. Even the consciousness, there's a consciousness, but there's no owner of this consciousness. Do you understand? The difference is the identity of ego. When you identify yourself as anything, and then that you created the ego. You think that it's not just an action, but there's an actor. which called I, but all just imagination. So there's a consciousness, and then you say it is I know, I am knowing, I am consciousness of this and that. There are thoughts, and you think that it is I am thinking. But actually, this I is just imagination. It's an assumption, not something real.
What I can experience is when when I experience I want something, I want that, and then I did aware that I'm trying to kind of control something, and when I see I want it, I want this, I want that, and then it's a little bit suffering, I will have another layer of I want to control. Then then I am awareing, I'm controlling. So usually it is after that I look back, then I could realize, this is just the habits arise. It's not me. It's always afterwards.
Of course, if it has not yet happened, how can you know?
Yeah. So what I mean is, at the moment I did it, I feel like I can control something. Like, so I decide I want this, and I decide I don't like this. But
Yeah,
later
there's such phenomenon of controlling, but there's no controller. Okay. Okay, question settled.
Okay.
Translation.
Thank you, Bande. I will experience this more, but it's really helpful that always knowing it's not a me or I. So when I realize it, I don't want to control it anymore. Yeah.
Okay, try.
Because
You can try, but don't control yourself not to control.
okay. Oh, thank you, Bande.
Okay, Sylvia. Okay, Smita. Okay, any more question? No question, then we can good night.
아,
We can
잠깐만 통역 좀 해주세요. 거기
아.
유경님이 그 진주님을 모시고 왔는데 근데 인사는 해야 될 것 같아요. 인사 좀 해주세요.
장한숙.
아.
한숙.
장한숙.
한숙.
Okay. Who's that? Which one?
소리를 켜고.
소리 된 건가요? 명상
yeah.
했었다고 얘기해 주시면 될 것 같아요. 인사드리고. 안녕하세요.
Okay, nice to meet you.
장한숙입니다. 저는
There are many Suks.
In Korea, many soup. 숙. 예.
저는 유경님이랑 명상을 같이 공부한 적이 있고요. 다시 또 명상 하고 싶어서 들어왔습니다. 어떻게
네.
사실 오늘 제가 줌 어떻게 하는지 몰라가지고 스님 말씀 통역이 안 들려가지고
오늘
듣지를 못했어요. 그냥
네네. 좀 다음에 잘 알려드릴게요.
네.
네.
그래서 그냥 화면만 봤어요. 다음에는 좀 하는 법을 알아가지고 잘 좀 들을 수 있게 하겠습니다.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
이전에 했던 거 아니에요?
Oh, Bande, I just have a very simple question. Bande, before mentioned many times, most important thing is dispassion. So as long as we know the most important thing is for training our mind to be dispassion. Dispassion is most important. Quality or say purpose we should train to attain liberation. Then we can still try to, for example, train like 4 jhanas or so on. As long as we know all these are tools for us to train the mind to be dispassionate. Am I understanding right? Jhana or vipassana or it's the method. There's nothing wrong as long as we know it's for dispassion.
The right jhana is actually training dispassion. It's a training of dispassion, not training of concentration, but dispassion. And the true stillness comes from dispassion, not from concentration.
Yeah. So for the right, what's the word you use? Right samadhi. Yeah. The right samadhi. The object can be breathing or anything else. it doesn't matter. The most important thing is
it
is training for dispassion. Yeah,
yes,
someone can notice the breathing for like several hours, but as long as it's not for a concentration part, but it's for the part Banden mentioned, then it is okay.
Because actually samadhi means stillness, and if your stillness goes deeper and deeper, and you find that it's not achievable through mere concentration, you should remove all the 5 hindrances, especially for those in our emotional level, which is very subtle vibrations. So only through the relaxation of emotions, subtle emotions, then we can be completely still. And more subtle than that is the attachment to self-impression, self-image. It's also an vibration. So when we go deeper and deeper, it is the path of dispassion, not concentration.
I see. Yeah, I use the Bande's method. Bande's meditation guide. That kind of just to know the breathing, not that I'm knowing the breathing, just the breathing itself, and it's happening of the nature, and then just knowing it, then itself, by itself, it will become more less wandering thoughts, and with the breathing very pure, the mind very pure, and not using effort, very comfortable. That's that kind of experience.
Yeah, only when the mind feels comfortable, then it can be still. If it is not comfortable, it can never be still.
Yes. So I see. Then this should be the right way. Thank you, Bande.
Okay, Sylvia. Okay. Viraga, dispassion. Is that Korean translation?
이욕,
Yes.
욕망에서.
It is. Okay, then good night for everyone. See you.
Let's pay respect.
Night. Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.